I feel like the bus enthusiasts nowadays, they are really getting out of hand. And one thing in particular is the Volvo B5 LH debuts. And then recently there was another run on 39. It wasn't even the debut, but the 39A technically was the debut. And I wasn't on board the bus. I didn't even go and ride the bus because I was too far away. And realistically, there was like just no chance that I was able to like make it there in time. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll just forgo it. In the sense that like it's not the end of the world if I don't catch this thing or that thing. As long as other people manage to like catch it and upload it to YouTube, then all is good. But even if there isn't, then so be it because this is just like a 1 or 2 trip run. So one reason why the bus enthusiasts got desperate is because of this. Like they wanted the 39A EDS even though it looked like crap. There is no top line, there's only a bottom line. But the reason why is because if you see 39A, it starts at Pasir Ris. It's a short working trip that ends at Jalan Kayu. Meaning if you're camping at Tampines, you wouldn't even know if the 39A has even departed. Sorry, if the B5LH is even running on 39A without somebody at Pasir Ris or Pongo that happens to spot it. Without them tipping you off, you wouldn't have known. And this is kind of the reason why they got desperate and then they rushed to like I think Jalan Kayu or something to I don't know. I think they probably boarded like 34 118 and then they just transferred to another bus to Jalan Kayu like 858. So this is actually how desperate they could get just for one cameo. And the thing is even I'm like, okay, this one is something nice. I really want to catch it. Even I have gotten to like that level of like desperation yet, admittedly. And the thing is, like, really wanting to catch a cameo, being desperate for something, it's pretty normal. There's nothing wrong with it. But what I'm about to tell you is, it's not even surprising that, okay, it may be surprising to you, but to me, it's not really that surprising because even back in the day, people have already resorted to doing stuff like this. But I just feel like it has gotten a lot worse. So what happened yesterday was that if I can deduce, the 39A it started at Pasir Ris, then it went to Pongo, then it went to Jalan Kayu. And then it would off service and then start the down route trip on 39, Pongo, Pasir Ris, Tampines to Concourse. So this one is a 39A trip, and then the down route trip was 39. So in case you don't know what that means, down route means this bus can start at the intermediate stops. It doesn't have to start from the starting point, which is Yishun. So in this case, this one started at Jalan Kayu. The thing is, I wasn't even there, so I don't have evidence as to what really happened. But based on the way enthusiasts nowadays have been acting, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually told the BC to not set off service when it came to like 39A. Because technically at what do you call that? Pongo Way, there is only one stop left. And then as the bus leaves Pongo Way, like maybe if it's about to turn to TPE and then it's at the red light, the BC could just set like OSEDS as early as TPE. So there might have been a chance that like some of the bus enthusiasts, especially the term they use is like control car enthusiasts, they might have been on board, and then they kind of like they begged or harassed the BC into not putting the OS EDS, and they told them, hey, please put 39A because like there are bus enthusiasts that really want to snap the 39A. Again, I just want to clarify that this is purely based on my own suspicions. I don't have evidence to prove it. And then on the 39 trip back to Tampines Concourse, so you would realize that there is a Desto, a 39 Desto in front. And no, this Desto does not belong to the bus captain. It is by the bus enthusiast. Oh god, that glitch. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about bus services that have like the red white Destos. Like, you know, how do I draw it? Like 129, 131, which is like white plate, and then there is okay, I'm just gonna haphazardly draw this. I'm sorry. Because I'm lazy to go on Microsoft Paint. Okay, good enough. And then there would be 129 and 131. Okay, in case you guys don't know what that is, basically if there is a bus service that calls the same stop for both directions, especially in St. Mike's because it's a unidirectional road, and then both directions they call the same bus stops, as what I mentioned, they would have these red and white Destos. There is like a whole list of services that have them, like Bukit Permai, there's like 155, even 121 as well, 123, 123M, 131. Yeah, the list goes on. But I'm not referring to these services. For example, 145, it doesn't even go inside St. Mike's. It travels along Balestier Road, and that's the reason why it doesn't need these red white plates. So if you see like a red white Desto, if you see a Desto of like 145 over here, you will notice that something is off. Now, again, just a disclaimer. Sometimes when the EDS isn't working, like basically, like when this doesn't work, sometimes the bus captains would resort to taking a Desto of their own. Okay, what is this? Sometimes the bus captains would resort to taking a Desto of their own. But this is not the case. When you see EDS and when you see a Desto, there is a chance that said Desto might belong to a bus enthusiast. So yeah, if you see it on like 145, if you see it on 39 or whatever, high chance it's by a bus enthusiast. But I just want to clarify something. I am not against enthusiasts bringing their Destos on board the bus because it's their own belongings, it doesn't take up space or anything. Like, if they move in front and then they want to pose for the camera, whether they're carrying a Desto or not, it's like, I don't mind that because they are not really like obstructing anyone. They're just like posing for the camera, that's all. There's nothing wrong with it. But I myself have witnessed this before. So it's like, let's say this is the bus's windscreen, and then let's say I am looking outside the bus. There will be a bus enthusiast. Let's just say, for example, they put their Desto like this at around this area, and then they would use tape to like, you know, they tape the Desto to the windscreen, the front window basically. And usually when they do that, they have to do it in like at like traffic junctions. They cannot do it when there are people boarding and alighting. They have to do it fast at like when the bus is like idle, stuff like that. If the bus is being driven by their bus captain friend, okay, we can close one eye. But the one thing that I'm against is them doing it to just random bus captains, as long as they happen to be driving a rare cameo, quote unquote rare, because yeah. The reason why I brought all of this up is because the 39A, again, I wasn't there, I don't know what happened, but I just had a suspicion that one of them might have told the BC to not set OS EDS. And the fact that another one of the control cars, that squad, they tried to do it to the 196 BC as well. It's like when I looked at the trapeze, I don't look at the trapeze very often, but it's like I just happened to see it at that time. So the BC at that time, it was already the last trip, terminating at Bedok. And then from Bedok to Bedok North Depot, the BC is only given like 12 minutes, which is like okay-ish, but then when you take into account that like you need to alight all the passengers like once you reach Bedok, and then you need to set the OS EDS, and then some of these bus enthusiasts might ask for like fan service from you. Whether the BC gives in to them is one thing, and then after all of that, they have to exit the interchange, get stuck at the traffic junction, and then get stuck at more traffic junctions before they eventually make their way back to Bedok North Depot. So 12 minutes, it might seem okay, but when you take everything into consideration, like it's really not a lot of leeway, honestly, from Bedok to Bedok North Depot. It's like, as much as like off-service route, you don't necessarily have to like follow time as long as a bus makes it to Bedok North Depot in this case. All is good. It's just that there's a time stated there, and it's just a good practice to follow time. And by doing all these things to the bus captain, you're preventing him from reaching wherever he needs to go on time. So once again, it just reminded me of again, because the bus enthusiasts were talking in Chinese. I don't understand Chinese. I don't know what they're talking about, but again, when you connect the dots, you will realize that these bus enthusiasts are often at the interchange. They're asking their non-BC friends to punk EDS or not set OS EDS so that they could snap it. I'm like, why don't you snap the bus when it's like arriving? Why do you have to do it when the bus is about to depart and off service at the interchange? The main point of this video is that this term called control car, it has been going on like really rampant. Like even back then, the bus enthusiasts, there were a few like rogue ones. I don't know, but like nowadays, I just felt like as if they're getting worse, and then the kids are getting more entitled, and then they call me entitled. I'm like, what the okay, but whatever. Here's the bus captain's cabin. Goodness. And then, so there's a bus captain, and then there would usually be a few enthusiasts. Usually just one of them. One of them is in charge of this control car. So this guy would usually ask like, oh, can you swerve? Can you drive slower so that my friends can get shots? Can you drive faster so that so that my enemies don't get shots? Can you go on lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4? Can you turn in a certain manner? Can you stop abruptly because there are people at the divider that are waiting to snap the bus? Can you stop at a certain bollard? Like, for example, what I saw on board the 129 was that like it was just a random bus stop, and then there were a few bollards, and then the control car told them to like stop at a specific bollard. It's like the bus has to go into the bus stop so that they don't block other vehicles from going straight. And then this one is like, he told, oh, please stop at this bus stop. and then the bus ended up being like this with its like overhang sticking out to the other lane a little bit. This is what they usually do. It's like they tell the bus captain to drive in an awkward manner, position their bus, and then the overhang of the bus eats into the other lane, I don't know, and then camp at the bus stop in this position. Meanwhile, other people on the opposite side of the road or the divider, they are trying to snap this bus. This is just one of the many things they do. The other thing, like I've explained, is to punk EDS or to make them, or to tell the BCs, do not set OS that quickly. Now, like, I have interacted with like bus enthusiasts in the past before, but I don't know what is it with like the current bus enthusiasts. They are treating the bus captain like as if it's like some form of fan service, like they deserve this kind of fan service, and it's not even their own bus captain friends. It's just random bus enthusiasts. It's just random bus captains. And the bus captains, they are nice to them, they take advantage of said niceness. And then they just repeatedly demand more and more and more and more and more from the bus captain. Like the whole Desto thing, it's mostly for their social media clout, and technically, if they do it quickly, and they don't really cause an obstruction to other passengers, then okay, then there is technically nothing wrong with it. But I'm like, why are you doing this to like random bus captains that aren't even your friends in the first place? Like, what the I don't get it. And then you know what's the bus captain's job? Number one, it's to ferry passengers safely from point A to point B. And also, it's to ensure that the bus like follows the stipulated timetable with like a bit of leeway depending if it's like OTA or EWT. EWT, it's like usually around plus minus 5 minutes, and then OTA, the leeway, it's either 1 to 2 minutes depending on how strict like said OTA is, because different buses, they have different levels of like the strictness when it comes to like the time adherence. When it's like the OTA, like 136 can be like 1 minute, and then 506 can be like 2 minutes or something along those lines. So yeah, the bus captain has two main roles: to ferry passengers, I mean, that's self-explanatory, and to follow time. Their job is not to give fan service to this bunch of young punks who only want their social media clout, the number of likes on their Instagram, to so that they can do up their like what Instagram photo album of rare cameos, and then it's like, oh, I caught the most rare cameos, I'm the best bus enthusiast in the entire world. And then when I see their Instagram, again, this is just a casual remark, nothing serious. I've talked about this before, but like, it's like what? Service, I don't know, 969 best service on earth or something along those lines. This username is like really common, nothing wrong with it, but all I see on their Instagram is just buses like same angle, maybe occasionally one is different. It's just the same far angle. It's like no creativity. It's just a photo album of like the rarest cameos you can ever imagine on earth. And then because of this, they get this kind of what's that word? It's like very self-serving cloud. They get this sort of like, it's like as if they're like just trying to prove to themselves or the entire world that they're like the best bus enthusiasts on earth or something along those lines. But yeah, all you see on their Instagram would be like buses like just the same fucking angle all the time. Maybe a few different ones, but just like this. Yeah. And the thing is, they're not even doing like good to other people or anything. They're just like self-serving most of the time. And because of this, these people, they have a tendency to like hide cameos. You've seen me on board technically I don't have to do that, but giving the live location of said cameos. And then when I give it to them, people are not happy with me that, oh, I'm not gatekeeping, I'm not hiding the cameo like a bus enthusiast is supposed to do. And because of that, they start beef with me that like, next time, can you please hide the cameo? I'm like, I'm giving them so that people can catch. I don't even mind these people catching the bus. I know I'm filming, but I don't even mind. So why are you guys who are like doing nothing most of the time, just like snapping the bus, why do you mind if like there's like a whole bunch of bus enthusiasts like boarding the cameo bus? And more often than not, these people treat the bus like their own home. And then they treat like the bus captain like some sort of like K-pop idol, the fan service and all this. I don't know about like, because at the end of the day, if you want fan servicing, go to your bus captain friends, but please respect their boundaries. Don't get them to do things for you, kick down for you, or whatever. Just don't. Literally, like, is it so difficult to? I mean, if you want to chat on board the bus, it's fine. But is it so fucking difficult to just snap or film, board the bus, snap or film, and just shut the fuck up? Like, just keep quiet so that everybody can have like a quiet and conducive recording, snapping environment. Yeah. I don't know, like, I don't know why they even do this. And the fact that many of them, they proclaim to be like, what, pro bus enthusiasts or something because they have caught the most cameos. But when you really look into all of this, are they even pro in the first place? Because if you need people to get the BC, to do this kind of control car on the BC, to get him to stop in a certain manner or position the bus in a certain manner so that you can snap, isn't it skill issue on your part whereby you cannot even improvise? You're like, you have to get like the best possible shot and you need people to rig it for you. Why don't you just like get the fucking shot naturally? Be it from the near side or like the off side of the bus, like you're standing on the divider. Tell you what, one foolproof way, get a video. And then you can screenshot it from the video, and then that will be your thumbnail or that would be your photo. That way it reduces the chances of your shot getting so-called sabotaged, or what they call POK, like POC, by other vehicles or what. Why don't you just film and then you put your camera at the exact same location, go onto Photoshop or something, combine these images, layer them one above another, and then try to delete off all of the vehicles surrounding said bus. If you're a true pro, why not do that instead? Why do you have to get people to rig the bus for you? And the thing is, I know it sucks that like sometimes the bus captain has like a tendency to fly stop and then you don't even get the best shots that you wanted. Then go to a fucking bus stop that has like more people boarding and alighting so that you will have more than enough time to snap it. God damn. Okay, there are people who like press bell so that the bus stops and then they apologize to the bus captain. That one is still not as bad because you're technically not, doing anything wrong. I think as long as you clarify, you apologize to them, it's fine, I guess. Because I don't know if you guys agree with me, you don't have to, but like, at the end of the day, skill issue on your part if you don't know how to get to the last bus stop on time before the bus captain sets the EDS to OS. If you don't even have like the cognitive ability to think like, hey, the bus is probably going to OS, let me go to the last stop, instead of like going to the interchange, and then there's a risk that they might put OS EDS, and then like you guys have to like sweet talk the bus captain to get him to not put OS EDS. Like, why can't you guys just do the easier thing? Just go to the last bus stop before the terminating point. Like, if you really wanted to snap the EDS, Or even for B5LH, you can board the bus and then you take like a video of like the PIDS. That's like hard evidence that the bus actually ran on said service because you boarded the bus. Because it's like, if you're actually considered a pro, you will know how to improvise. You don't need people rigging the bus to driver to drive in a certain manner. You would be able to snap the bus if you're a true pro. Not saying I am, but I'm just saying this as as a fact of the matter. As a matter of fact, sorry. TLDR, the bus skips your stop. You didn't manage to snap properly. You didn't manage to snap the bus before OS. The fault is on you. And not the bus captain, not other bus enthusiasts. The fault is on you. The fault lies within you, I mean. Nobody else. Just you. All I can say is, behind these like seemingly perfect photos, a lot of these people, they require some form of like handicap by other bus enthusiasts. Just stupid. If you notice the way I film, I don't even trim out the parts whereby I mess up. I just keep it in. It just feels really suspicious when like those people are seemingly so perfect. Again, bus captain friend, I don't mind. If it's just a random bus captain who is like just doing his job, don't walk up to them, disturb them, harass them, just for your fucking fan service, please. And then I'm like, okay, if you guys are so scared of failing, then why not video instead of like taking photos? Videos, you have like tens of thousands of like frames you can extract your thumbnail or like what screen cap from. And modern day phones, they have 4K. And even if they don't have 4K, at the very least they have some form of like HD, be it like 720p or 1080p. You guys have no excuses. And even if it's at night, okay, when it's at night, try not to do off-site shots. Off-site shots. Maybe you would want to like film from the near side because there's all that lighting at the near side. Or maybe if you want the EDS, maybe I would suggest try camping for the bus in the evening, provided it's even running in the first place. I don't know what is those people and their obsession with like getting the perfect shot, perfection and everything. I have fucking OCD and I'm not even like so obsessed with it, you know. I mean, look at my historical bus routes. Like, I try to keep the bus model consistent, but even when I'm not able to properly like recreate the bus route, I'm just like, hey, whatever. I'm just gonna get it up. I'm not so obsessed with perfection anyway. Like, getting it up, not being perfect, is still better than not getting it up in the first place. You can try your best, but if it doesn't work out, it's fine. Just settle for something less in this case, because it's not a big deal. I don't know how I went from like bus enthusiasts, misdemeanors, misbehaviors to like their obsession with perfection. I don't know how I even managed to get from there to there, but whatever, it checks out anyway. But really, this treating the bus captain like as if he's only there to fan service you is... this kind of shit really has to stop. And I was also told that it's usually the same gang, usually the same people doing it. So it's not like the whole community is doing it or anything, but... and usually these people, they have a tendency to hide cameos as well. But they got busted anyway. One of my friends' friend managed to to film the 39 and put it to public domain anyway. So joke's on them. And in case people, they want to come at me saying that like, oh, I'm really selfish, I'm only doing this video because I want to get them to screw off and I get the most perfect videos on earth. No, a lot of my videos are not even perfect in the first place, and that's not even my aim. My aim is not to make them perfect. My aim is to give people videos so that they can experience the bus ride, even if they're unable to catch the bus in real life. Like, they can just watch it. That's why I have a tendency to film longer durations, because my phone storage can take it, okay? And then some of them, I know they're mad at me because it's like, why is this guy so like into this cameo hunting? Why does he get every single thing? But aren't you guys the ones that are like desperately hunting the 39A and stuff like that? I'm like, hey, even if I miss one or two because I'm too far away, I'm like, so be it. As long as somebody else manages to like film it and post it on YouTube, I'm like, okay, good enough. That's like more than enough evidence that the bus actually ran. Okay. So fine, I'll just tell you what services I have. 59, 5, 19, 39, the footage is from my friend, so really thank you to him. 61, 75, 93, 105, 123, 129, 131, 145, 168, 171, which is like on the opposite side of the road. 178, 180, 188, 190, 196, 197, 272, 273, 298, 301, 302, 502, 882, 920, 922, 927, 972M. I don't even need 972. As long as one of the variants I have it, it's fine. 975. Why did my dumbass put a Christmas tree? Oh wait, it's forest. Okay, fine. 979X. I don't even need 979 as long as I have X. 985, 991, 991 again. So from this list, I don't even have like every single camera, and that's fine. Okay, let me just show you somebody who has managed to get a lot of good content when it comes to B5LH. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, go to the search on your PC. I don't know if phones have this option, but you just go to Volvo B5LH. 965, 110, 859, 178, 190, 963, 176, 656. Wow, this one's really good. 970, 75, 854, 883M, 855, 188, 67, 301, 969, 882A, 980, 169, 985, 272, 857, 983, 961M, and 961 as well. He has both. 971, 167, 882, 966, 853, 858, 859, 973, 859B, 979, 59, 123, 110, again, 850, 93, and I think that's pretty much about it. Yeah. So here's the thing. He has content that I don't have. I have content that he doesn't have. That's how YouTube is supposed to work. Like, as long as one person, preferably a bit more, as long as more people have the content, then it's okay. The more people have the content, the better it is. And for those that you don't have, other people can help you fill in the gap. And you don't need to know these people personally. They just have to own the videos. That's it. And the thing is, to other content creators, they might be like, hey, please credit me, or please shit, what was I about to say? Okay, for me it's like, I don't even give a shit if you take my videos and re-upload them, just like legit just re-upload them. I don't even care, because my intention is for these videos to spread. Yes, I own the videos, but I don't even care if you take them anyway. But again, this doesn't apply to other content creators. They might be like, hey, please credit me or ask me for permission before you take my content. That's for most other people. But for me, I'm like, just take it. Like, you want to do whatever with my videos, legit, just take it. So because of that, nobody can tell me that like I'm entitled or anything. These videos are for you guys, not just for myself. I'm like, I'm the best bus enthusiast in the entire world because I have content that other people don't have. When I mean these videos are for you guys are free to take them. Okay, I shouldn't scream, but like what I mean is that for me, not for other content creators, I'm just saying for me, these videos are free for you to use. You do not need to ask me if it's okay to use these videos. You don't need to credit me when using them. That's for me personally. Because these videos are for you guys to do whatever you want with them. Other content creators might not be okay with this kind of like thing, but again, it's completely fine. I'm just saying I'm okay with it. And obviously the main reason why I'm doing this is putting it on public domain is to stop these people from gatekeeping and claiming exclusivity, meaning exclusive. That's what they usually, how they usually clickbait. But yeah, those people, I've already told you, they have a tendency to gatekeep it and hide it on their not easy to find or like just flat out private Instagram profiles that are not even public. But on YouTube, everything is public. It's easier to find. I could work on titling my videos better, but yeah. So that like it becomes easier to find. I can do that. But okay, at least you have a B5LH and an OC playlist. And here's the thing. I don't care if I get hated by the entire Singapore bus community for doing all this kind of things. This kind of thing. I just want to do what's right, okay? I don't even know. It's 2025. I don't even know why you guys need to gatekeep this kind of thing. I just want people to be more honest and more accountable for one another. Because I think this cameo hiding thing, it's like in the 2010s or even way before. It's fucking childish, honestly. I'm not saying people are entitled to know these cameos. I'm just saying the whole act of like trying to hide and gatekeep stuff from people, that's not how a fucking community is supposed to operate. This means that they're just self-serving within their inner circles. And when newer bus enthusiasts, they mix with these people, like they mix with the wrong people, game over. So my job is to warn you guys of those people and not to mix with the wrong people. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I am just merely pointing out their behaviors, their questionable behaviors. I can apologize for the way I filmed on board like the 129B5LH that day because even though I gave way to people, they just didn't want to move to the back. So I'm like, I can apologize for that. I can work on myself. I could be more prompt at like trying to camp for the bus at St. Mike's instead of like Trellis Towers. Because when I found out the bus already departed St. Mike's, so I went to Trellis Towers. But you know that skill issue on my part, I could have done way better. So basically that explains why I put everything on public, because I want to stop people from hiding and gatekeeping in general. And I've already said this countless number of times, you're free to take my content without crediting me or without asking me, because these videos are for you guys. I'm just honestly afraid if like the public's perception of like bus enthusiasts in general would change because these people don't conduct themselves well in real life. And I don't even want to make videos like this. But unfortunately, these people, they are getting way more out of hand recently, so I have to say something.